Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this evening's Property Committee meeting. Today is Thursday, November 7th. It is 5 p.m., or actually a few moments thereafter. Let's go ahead and bring our meeting to order. This evening, we have enough members to make a quorum, only missing Vice Chair Soldner and Member Bloomfield. Moving on to item number 2, now that roll call is complete, do we have any appearance by members of the public or county employees?
We've had no requests this evening.
Thank you very much, Administrator Taylor. Moving on to our consent agenda. Consent agenda includes the approval of the minutes. Just give you a little heads up there. It's the approval of the minutes from October 10th, not September 5th, as indicated in your packet, as well as the recommended approval of the bills and/or transfers to the county board. Might I have a motion to put the consent agenda on the floor? We've got a motion by Member Byrne. Do we have a second? Second by Member Tompkins. Comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, let's go ahead and put our consent agenda, the approval of the minutes for October 10th and the approval of the bills and transfers to a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And the motion passes. Moving right along to item number 4 on our agenda. This is where we get to meet Scott, who is joining us today in Joe's absence. Scott is, my apologies on your direct title.
Facilities Project Manager.
There we go. Facility is our facilities project manager. I'll take a note of that so that way I have it for next time. Thank you. Who is representing. And we've got, as a heads up for the committee, items 4A, 1A, B, D, and F are all being pulled from the agenda today. All of those items are being pulled because they are going to be, because of their association with ARPA funds, are going to be going through the executive board process next month. But all of those items are available for Q&A when we get to the other items. You're more than welcome to ask questions on them. Administrator Taylor.
If I could make one clarification, A and B are ARPA funds that will be going to executive, but D and F will be coming back to this committee next month.
Thank you for that clarification. So we'll go ahead and move forward then with the business of item 4AC. That's the request approval of an agreement with PIPCO Companies Limited for the replacement of the JDC HVAC air handlers. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? Motion by Member Bell. I see a second by Member Byrne. Over to you, Scott.
Thanks. This is a capital project for the Juvenile Detention Center. We have 4 air handlers that take care of that building. They were original to the building from 1991. They have exceeded their life expectancy. It's all pneumatic system, and we're looking to change zone controls, air handlers, and chilling and heating coils. So it'll be the whole system for those air handlers, and there is 4 in that building. PIPCO was the most responsive bidder on this, so we'd like to move forward with it.
Thank you very much. Any comments or questions from the committee? Member Byrne.
Do you have any idea what kind of energy savings we anticipate seeing from these new handlers?
It's hard to say. We're gonna check that after a year of runtime. We will definitely gain efficiency. It's going to be variable speed and direct drive. So, and the pneumatics going away and the digital controls, I hate to put a number on it because I'd be guessing, but it will be substantial.
Excellent. Thank you.
Additional comments or questions? Seeing none, let's put it to a vote. Item number 4A, 1C, the request approval of an amendment or of an agreement with PIPCO Companies Limited for the replacement of the JDC HVAC air handlers. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And the motion passes. Item number 4A, 1E, that's the request approval of contracts with Johnson Controls for fire alarm, fire extinguisher testing, and inspections for the Government Center, Juvenile Detention Center, Metcom, Old Courthouse, Law and Justice Center in the 200 West Front Building. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? Motion by Member Byrne, a second by Member Tompkins. And then Scott, back over to you, please.
This is just an updated contract to take care of the fire suppression and fire prevention in all our buildings. As you remember, we were kind of all over the place with the contracts, but they've now been streamlined, so this is this is a package deal to take care of that. We're happy with the service they've provided.
Thank you. Comments or questions from the committee? Thank you very much for the work that you and administration have done in being able to put it all together. I think hopefully it'll gain some efficiencies for your team, but also easier for us to understand that when things are coming right up, that they're all bundled together. So love to see things like that. With no other comments or questions, we'll go ahead and put 4A, 1E to a vote. That's request approval of contracts with Johnson Controls for fire alarm, fire extinguisher testing and inspections for the Government Center, Juvenile Detention Center, Metcom, Old Courthouse, Law and Justice Center, and the 200 West Front Building. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And the motion passes. Thank you very much. Scott, over to you for anything to be presented for information, as well as anything that you want us to know on the items that were pulled this evening.
Yeah, the items that were pulled, I have to apologize, but we had a heavy workload and we were trying to meet deadlines and presentation deadlines on top of the funding deadlines. So we're still working through some contract negotiations on these. I do plan to present them soon. So that's why we had to pull those. Other than that, we just have the monthly report. Pretty self-explanatory. Trying to include pictures for people to see, but we've got the Fairview progress going on in there. A lot of our progress, and then we've noted some of the substantial maintenance items that we've done. Of course, they're not all listed, but if anybody has any questions about anything you see, please let me know.
Any questions? All right. Thank you very much for your work. It looks like you all have been busy and certainly still have some good stuff to focus on through the end of the year. So we look forward to seeing those come to committee next month. Thank you, sir. Moving right along to item number 4B. Welcome Mike Steffa. He's our Director of Parks and Recreation. And it looks like Mike has one item to be presented for action this evening. That is the request approval of the contract with Johnson Control for fire alarm services at Cumlara Park. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? Motion by Member Tompkins and a second. Second by Member Byrne. Over to you, Mr. Steffa, sorry.
Good evening. Yeah, this is a 3-year contract with Johnson Controls for the fire alarm system out at the park. It covers the Park Visitor Center and the 2 maintenance buildings. This is a 3-year contract instead of a 1-year contract. We got locked in with pricing. Provides the same provisions that it always has. And if need be, we can opt out after 1 year. And I'd be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any.
Questions from the committee? Only thing I would ask is, Scott had mentioned that the facility side has been happy with the services provided, assessment on the services provided from you?
Yes,
All right,
we're very happy.
excellent.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and put this one to a vote unless there are any final questions. All right. 4B, 1A, the request approval of a contract with Johnson Control for fire alarm services at Cumlara Park. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries. Mr. Mike Steffa, anything for your monthly report or your year-to-date report that you'd like to share with us?
Just couple things, highlights. We had a great turnout for the Fall Colors Family Day. Couldn't ask for better weather. It was just beautiful. Probably the best weather we've had in years. Other than that, maintenance guys are real busy taking boats out of the water, docks out of the water, kind of end of the year stuff, closing up. The water and shower house are getting shut down. The recreation side, we're starting to gear up for the firearm portion of the deer management program. I'm doing research for projects and programs for next year. So other than that, I don't have anything else really. I do have the year-to-date recreational usage on here. If anybody has any questions or any other questions for that matter, I'd be happy to answer them.
Questions from the committee? Okay. Just curious, so since we're only, what, a year and a half, 2 years into the new bait shop, how did that work out through the season? And is that where you're housing some of the watercraft then over the winter?
Yes, yes, all the rental watercraft plus the park boat and the police, the sheriff's department boat will be put in there. They'll get out of the weather, they won't be weathered on. So, yeah, the bait shop, boat rental building worked out real well. We got a few things where we want to tweak. That building does get extremely hot in the summertime. So there's some things that we're trying to do, and some possibilities down the line that we're thinking about doing. So if we do that, obviously we'll run them by administration and through the board, obviously.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It looks like you all were definitely busy this summer. Great to see those numbers continue to be up with lots of residents utilizing the park. So thank you all so much for all of your dedication through the busy season.
You're welcome.
All right, let's carry on to item number 4C1 with, or 4C with our County Administrator, Cassie Taylor. Administrator Taylor has brought a few items, and I'd like to suggest perhaps that we go ahead and bundle the items in A. So that would include A, the request approval of the fiscal year 2025 recommended budget for the PBC Lease Fund 0161, including A1, Law and Justice Building Department 0045, Law and Justice Building Program 0050, and A2, the Government Building Department 0115, Government Center Program 0115. Any opposition to bundling A1 and 2 together? All right, let's go ahead and get a motion then for those items. Motion by Member Tompkins, a second by Member Byrne. Administrator Taylor, over to you, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So the lease fund with the PBC, the way we have our leases structured for our buildings, they all run through the Public Building Commission. And so for the Law and Justice Center, this lease is for the debt service on the expansion of the Law and Justice Center. And for the Government Center, that building would include the elevator replacement as well as the lease for the new animal control building.
Thank you very much. Comments or questions on these items from the committee? Seeing none, let's go ahead and vote on 4C1A, A1 and A2, including the Law and Justice Building Department 0045, Law and Justice Building Program 0050, and the Government Building Department 0115, Government Center Program 0115 for the request approval of the fiscal year 2025 recommended budget for the PBC Lease Fund 0161. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Moving on to 4C1B. And if this is another item that would like to go ahead and bucket items B1 through B7. Is there any opposition to doing so? All right, if not, let's go ahead and the request approval of the fiscal year 2025 recommended budget for the PBC Rent/O&M Fund 0162, including B1, the Facilities Maintenance Department 0041, Juvenile Detention Program 0022, and B2, the Facilities Maintenance Department 0041, 200 West Front Building 0046, and B3, the Facilities Maintenance Department 0041, Courthouse Program 0049, and B4, the Facilities Maintenance Department 0041, Fairview Building 0051, and B5, the Facilities Maintenance Department 0041, Animal Control Program 0065, and B6, the Law and Justice Building Department 0045, and Law and Justice Building Program 0050, and last but not least, B7, the Government Building Department 0115, Government Center Program 0115. Might I have a motion for that lengthy one? We have a motion by Member Bell and a second by Member Byrne. Administrator Taylor.
Yes. Thank you. So similar to the item that we just approved, this is for our operation and maintenance costs that we budget each year. And each of our buildings has a different program number, so they're listed separately. But this is for the fine work that we do through our facilities departments to keep our buildings maintained and in proper operations.
Comments or questions from the committee on this one? All right, seeing none, let's go ahead and put 4C, 1B, B1 through B7 to a vote. That includes the fiscal year 2025 recommended budget for PBC rent and OM Fund 0162, including Facilities Maintenance Department with Juvenile Detention Program, the Facilities Maintenance Department 200 West Front Street Building, the Facilities Maintenance Department Courthouse Program, the Facilities Maintenance Department Fairview Building, the Facilities Maintenance Department Animal Control, the Law and Justice Building Department Law and Justice Building Program, and the Government Building Department Government Center Program. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. This brings us to 4C, 1C. This is the request approval of administrative salary adjustments in the Facilities Department. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? Motion by Member Burns, second by Member Bell. So this one is a closed session pursuant to the Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act 5 ILCS 122C1 to discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, specific individuals who serve as independent contractors in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or specific volunteers of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee, a specific individual who serves as an independent contract in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or a volunteer of the public body, or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. Do we have a motion and/or request to go into public or closed session this evening? We have a motion by Member Byrne for a closed session. I see a second by Member Bell for a closed session. We ask that any additional parties please depart, and you're welcome to come back in once we close everything off. All microphones off. All right, after returning from closed session, it is time to take item 4C, 1C, the request approval of administrative salary adjustments in the Facilities Department, closed session pursuant Section 2C1 of the, oh, we don't have to read that part, right? Excellent. Then we'll just take the request approval of administrative salary adjustments to a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries. Item 4C2, anything to be presented for information this evening, Administrator Taylor?
I have nothing further to present. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item number 5 this evening is other business and communications. As a heads up, our next meeting is Thursday, December 5th, 2024 at 5 p.m. Any other comments or questions from the committee this evening? Member Tompkins.
Yes, does our committee or another committee oversee the animal control facility and its policies?
So Administrator Taylor, I'll allow you to.
The Animal Control Department has, the oversight committee for that department is the Finance Committee. So they report to Finance as it is currently structured.
Other comments or questions? All right. Thank you all very much for your service to the county. If I do understand, the next meeting will be in the December 5th, and so that'll be the next potential grouping or committee grouping. So I'd like to thank each member here this evening for your commitment to the property committee and for all of the great work that you've done over the last 2 years, for all the really great comments and questions and the awesome support of our county. Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure serving with you, whether we continue serving together in the future or not. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Steffa, for your commitment to the county, and thank you, county administration. You all have been absolutely fantastic to work with. This meeting is adjourned.